So today I'm with G. G, how old are you?
31.
G, how long have you been lost in Phoenix?
I'm stuck out here, in other words, call it lost. I've been probably like 6.5, 7 months.
And what happened 6 months ago to get stuck here?
I up and left where I was living before, where I had a situated, close friend taking care of my pay for, my house, and then I was misdirected by a parole officer and lied to pretty much, and got stuck out here because false theories made up about me relapsing, and now I relapsed. So that's where I'm at.
Did you relapse from G or blues?
Fentanyl.
When did you first start using blues? How old are you?
I was probably I was prescribed fentanyl pills, blue pharmaceutical Percocet fentanyl prescription strengths when I was like almost 16 or almost 17, I think. Yep. And I stopped picking up my prescription and used them for street reasons, and I didn't go back, and I lost my prescription, and it wasn't for pain, it was for something else, and I was told to use them rationally, and I used it for other reasons, like money gaining and whatnot, but yeah.
Does your family know that you're out here lost in Phoenix?
No, I didn't tell them where I was going. I just up and left.
Do you have children?
One. Yeah.
Where's your baby at?
She lives with my godfather, grandfathers, uncles, brother. Yeah.
Okay. How old is your baby?
Son. Yeah. My baby is she's almost 5 years old.
When was the last time you saw your baby?
Almost 2 years ago. About 2 years, a year and a half, 2 years ago almost.
Do you miss your child?
I miss her, but I always can hear her in a mother type of type of nature. You know what I mean? Like, it's like I can hear her in my memories, and I know she's happy because her laughter echoes throughout the memory of her being closely, before she was born, or I could say impregnated. It's like when I know she's okay, I can sense that, but that helps with me wishing to be near her. But I don't miss her incredibly, because I feel like it would just be more a sad story waiting to happen, because she deserves better caretaking, other than me being a workaholic and kind of just throwing it out the window over a relationship.
Do you think there's ever going to come a day where you return home, be a mom, and just be sober?
Right now it's not up to me, it's up to my godfather's better say so, because he told me when he feels comfortable and he knows that she's capable of forgetting the past and thinking that, if she could ever forget me being a workaholic and, doesn't call me, by what I did for work as part of my name, then or friendship, then he'll pick me up and basically return what I should have had that I lost because of my decisions.
There's lots of young people out here smoking blues and G. What advice would you give to a youngster that's at home and somebody offers them some blues at a party or whatever? What would you tell them?
I would tell them that don't do it. If you don't know what it is, don't smoke it. If it looks like a great time because someone says it, you never know that. People are very vindictive people, and they know that it's really not as serious as the usage of, been on it for some, expandative amount of time, I guess you could say. Like, it's not as a serious reckoning or recognizing to them or recognition to them when they've been doing it so long, other than for them to be able to misuse the credibility would be more of like a big joke no matter what way you look at it, and that would be more the most negative thing that could be taken out of it. And then you also have the incapability of being able to retain memory, and it would be a lot harder for you to find a stability and stable environments and an acceptable cause as well. And family members, if they end up finding out, which eventually they will, because it's just the way it goes, and you know that no matter what, contacting them, they're going to notice a difference, and you're going to notice a difference more in your own mind's eye or mentality, and your health drops tremendously, and poor choices you thought that you would never make, you always end up doing. It's always not that one thing you said you would never do, or those 3 things that you swore you would never do because of somebody you saw go down. It's like you never know those choices you're gonna make. You just think that you planned them because you didn't plan the choice of using the drugs.
You're mentioning that you have a college degree.
I do.
What's that degree in?
I stopped during my my physics award year scholarship for a doctorate, and have a associates in business and entrepreneurship, a bachelor's. Yeah.
Okay.
And I went to school in California, and while I was in high school, I was in a private studied for they say like all advanced learners type of school, and I went to college and high school at the same time. And as I was in my mid-semester of figuring out what I wanted to do, I decided to take on a better approach, and to gain that scholarship, I joined a dance team in Phoenix, and that everyone's very familiar with now. But and I made it pretty far with that. And once I pretty much got lost in the drug usage, I just stopped contacting those people that knew me because I didn't want them to know that I was using it. And I consider this like more of a freer time for me because I have time to, but I didn't like go the exact direction I wanted to, because I let the drugs choose my friends a lot of times when it came to money or, entertainment.
And Is that what you were, a dancer? That was your job back?
It was my job. Like I love. But you mean like dancer? Like no, I danced. I took dance in school, in college, and high school. But in college, it was different. To get the scholarship to further my education, there's nearing learning. It was it's kind of like a dedicative scholarship for more credits as long as I earned those extra credits. I went to post-grad school and finished some excess amount of material and surpassed it. Like they would pay for a better degree for me.
Okay. And when was the last job you had? What were you doing?
Cleaning. Well, my last job before I thought I was making something out of it. I ran a business building luxury homes out in the middle of nowhere, I guess you can say, from the study layouts. And I left that job to sell timeshares, and they up and left the plaza that I was working in and told us that the timeshares never came in for 6 months. So like all the commissions I was making was pretty much whatever I was selling to people I knew, and I then left it for an ICL and cleaning houses and exchanged it to exotic dancing and strip clubs.
Okay. And how much longer do you think you'll be out here? When do you think you can go to treatment, get better, and live the life that you deserve?
Hopefully, it doesn't take me. I know it could be kind of funny in a way because I'm like, hopefully not more than a year and a half, but I'm thinking like maybe no more than 7 weeks, because I'd rather be more like okay with the things that have happened, because I'm really upset about it. But I can't be too upset over things that just happen to come my way, because I make situations worse by getting high and not doing what I want to do. But my workaholic syndrome kind of led me to thinking that this was a better choice to do, is like kind of fuck it off a little bit, because doing either or is actually not anywhere healthier than the next. But like I said, using drugs is now more kind of complicating for me to think about when I'm going to stop using. But I have went and followed my own valuable my values and responsibilities as far as housing and a community behavioral health, social security type of involvement, in order to valid a foundation for housing with like independent living, transitional housing rules and shit. But I'm just kind of getting high instead, and I really haven't thought about an exact time when I want to do it, but I think about it, several times throughout the week. Like I quit a couple drugs that I was using a lot more extensively, or I should say a lot more, and now I'm just using one drug, and sometimes I'll smoke something else. But like I just hope not to pick up like a drink before I decide to get back on methadone and do the right thing for myself. But right now it's neither here nor there. It's just being hopeful, and hopefully I get off my ass to not be afraid to get sober or take the time to get on my medications, which that kind of fuck. I don't like. I'm very impatient with myself a lot because of choosing work before family time and whatnot. But yeah.
So G, I'm gonna say thank you very much for talking to me. I really appreciate you sharing your story. I really hope that everything gets better, gets well
What?
in your future. Okay, return back to your family, your daughter, but stay safe. God bless. I'm gonna get you some food, and I'm gonna
Thank
give
you.
you a card with my number on it, so you can call me if you need a right or treatment or somebody to talk to. Okay?
Okay.
Thank you.
I hope I was a help to you people out there. I don't know where you're at, but you know, do your best and smoke what you can at your own. What do you say? Something like that. I don't know. Do your best. That's all I got.